Fire Escape Academy Inspector Training video. Here we are at Rutgers University in New Jersey. We're looking at fire escapes, inspecting, and looking at what happens when you have a fire escape that this is shiny and black. This fire escape obviously was one of these fire escapes that somebody must have written a violation that said scrape and paint the fire escape. And that's exactly what they did. They got here, they scraped and painted the fire escape. And to everybody's concern, I'm sure that this fire escape is structurally sound and has been kept painted. But let's take a look and investigate some of the things that a lot of people don't realize, that when you just scrape and paint the fire escape, there's always something left behind, and that is original square head bolts. So how can this fire escape that is 50 to 75 years old still have all its original hardware? This building, this fire escape is 50 to 75 years old. And to have all the original hardware still on it is just impossible. So let's get a little bit closer and see some of the things that would make this fire escape not structurally sound. See the spacing here and the rust inside there? See the original square head bolts? You see this square head bolt that's missing its head? I mean, its nut. Look underneath here and you start seeing some rust on the gussets. We got some rust inside the gusset right there. So even though somebody came in here and did the structural work, they didn't clean out the rust that's required on this fire escape in order for it to pass. Let's take a look at underneath the treads. Usually within the 50 to 75 years, all these treads have been rebolted, and all these are still original square head bolts. And in some cases, when you look up, you can still see rust inside the connection. Look at that rail connection there, rust inside, and the original square head bolts. If you look up, I'm not going to walk up this fire escape, but this fire escape, because it still has all the original square head bolts, and I'm looking for evidence of any change of any kind, any hex head bolt activity. None. I don't see any on this particular fire escape. So if I was inspecting this fire escape, I would pass it on the paint, but I would fail it on structural, in that the structural is suspect, even though it's shiny and black. Even though 5, 10, 15 years ago somebody wrote a scrape and paint violation, and that's exactly what they did. I have evidence here that there's no evidence that the fire escape has been maintained. There's no hex head bolts anywhere on this 50 to 75 year old fire escape. So this looks like this fire escape was not inspected by a professional inspector, and he would have identified some of the connections to be in need of changing the bolts. And minimally in 50 to 75 years, because of all the rust and all the snow accumulation on the treads, minimally all the treads would have been changed out by now in 50 to 75 years. And minimally all the supports would have reinforcement activity on them, reinforcement bolts on them, or they would have been changed out. And none of that is here. So all the supports are original hardware, all the treads are original hardware, and all the major rail connectors and rail posts are original hardware. It's impossible on a 50 to 75 year old fire escape. So this fire escape is, I would deem it structurally suspect, and it needs to have it properly inspected by a fire escape inspector or a structural engineer. But it is shiny black. If you have any questions on this or any other video, give us a call here at firescapeengineers.com, 866-649-0333. Again, we're here at Rutgers University in New Jersey, New Brunswick, and the fire escape needs a violation written on it that says repair, paint, test the fire escape. If you have any questions, visit our YouTube channel, Fire Escape Academy Inspector Training, for this and many other videos like this on what to expect when you walk up to a shiny, brand new fire escape that's been painted, but yet not one structural bolt was changed on this fire escape. Give us a call if you have any